Sorry about that. What's going on, guys? It's Carl with the Great Outdoors. Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to show you a project that I've been working on. Spent 2 days on it, and I got about 3/4 of the project done. So let's get into it. So I started a deck around my yurt. Okay, I want to show you a couple things that I used. I used this Cobalt table saw. It's a great thing. It's very precise, straight edges every time. It's great. Both arms extend out on both sides, right? So you can hold 12-foot boards. It's really great. Probably bigger, but it's got all the gimmicks. You can change your angle on it, so you can do all your angle cuts, right? It's a great tool. I'm glad I had it for this project. I wouldn't have been able to get all my cuts in properly if I didn't have this saw. So it's a great saw. I love it. I used a couple other saws for this project too. They're all DeWalt's. But let's get into it, shall we? So I did my deck. 3/4 of it anyway. That was gonna be like 2 feet off the ground, but it only ended up being like a foot, which is amazing. So I no longer have to spend more money and put a staircase in. I just plan on doing stepping stones, probably 4 foot wide, 3 foot deep, level it out, crush and run, stones, sand. It'll be done right. So that's what we're gonna do for the footing. Let's get into the deck, shall we? So originally, I planned on cutting the deck with the curvature of the yurt, right? I wanted it to be all circular, but so much wasted space once I started really looking at things. Sorry for saying a lot. It's about 8 foot wide here, which is okay. It would have been about 7 foot wide if I went around the curvature of the yurt. So I decided to keep it square. Here, the angle cut. I know it's a little weird angle cut. It's not exactly square here, but I did that because it's kind of in the same direction of the trail in. Okay, so you got the trail in, then you have this nice little step here. We will have those stepping stones there. I originally planned on building around the trees. I wanted the trees in the deck. I don't know if you all have ever seen it, but it looks really cool when trees are sticking out through a deck. So that would be amazing, but fortunately, they're doing good this year. But it was a little iffy if they were going to bloom out the way they did. They're probably going to have to come down, so I didn't want to build around the deck. Build the deck around the trees. Sorry. And then have to cut them down. So I decided not to build around the trees. So that's why you have this angle cut in, right? But yeah, it's a great deck. It's roughly oh gosh, I don't know. I have no idea what the width is. I haven't measured it really. I'm guessing by the structure 4, 8, 16, 20 feet wide probably. And this angle cut here, I have cut it halfway along the header, so I can build on and add on to it. I'll get underneath and show you the structure here in a minute, but that's the reason why this angle cut is here. I didn't want all the jagged edges sticking out. I want it to be clean until we're finished. Still have a couple notches to cut out. You can still see my existing chalk line that runs along the header, so I got that piece to cut out there, and I have a little notch I gotta take off there. And I still have a little work to do in the corner here. I think I'm gonna pull this board because the double header here I have screwed in and I can't cut through the screws, right? So I think I'm gonna pull this board here off, and I want these cut underneath. You don't want water to flow down. Yes, these are treated wood, but you don't want water to flow down these. It does cause problems later. So I think I'm gonna pull this off and cut these back where it's about an inch underneath the final board, so when it rains and gets wet, it'll just drip down. So I got a little work in the corner to do. I have a little notch here I still have to cut. Haven't decided if I'm going to cut that or leave it and see, but yeah, it's coming along. It's looking pretty good. For the final section, it's going to be great. I think I'm going to go square with it, straight out and in, and then I'll have a staircase down. So that's going to give us additional, probably close to 5 feet of deck space right here. And then if I would have went with the curvature of the yurt, I only would have had 7 foot wide all the way around. That's going to be close to, I used 10-foot boards, and I cut off, a couple inches. So it's going to be dang near 10 foot wide, maybe 12 over here. So it's going to be a nice deck. Plan on doing like a built-in corner bench right there in the corner eventually. But it's coming along. This is what I've done this weekend. It took 2 days to get this deck done so far. Want to show you a little bit about the structure underneath. Sorry about the mess. It's obviously a construction zone. Haven't really cleaned up underneath. I did over here a little bit. Got a little bit work yet to do, but I just finished up. And let me get around here safely before I kill myself. I wanted to show you the structure underneath. So the footings, I used the same for my yurt. These concrete deck footings, which I have the 4x4 posts in. I did level everything. So the footers were leveled, squared off, and everything's level. But that's what I did. I used the deck footers and 4x4 posts for the structure all underneath. And I did 16 on center cross beams for support. I did double headers everywhere you see double headers. I mean, there's a ton of them. Basically, every beam that runs horizontal here this way, they're double headers. And I got double headers all around the perimeter of the decking, so it's very sturdy. I did cross beams for stabilization, so it wouldn't rock or shake all the way around. I still could use a couple more, I think, but it's very sturdy. It ain't gonna go anywhere. I could probably drive a vehicle on this deck. It ain't gonna move when it's suggested, but I probably could if I wanted to test it out. But yeah, it's a great structure underneath. I wanted to show you kind of what I did for the structure, so there's no rocking or swaying. That hurt. But yeah, this is what I've been working on. This was my latest project. I'll keep you posted on the next project I have when it comes. But there you have it. Beautiful deck, nice step up. Goes right into the yurt. I plan on building a shed there for our wood so we can keep a week's worth there. Once this is squared off, and I have steps down right to our wood shed, and it'll be all covered and built in. Keep it nice and dry. Very convenient for us. instead of walking up the path across the drive to the woodshed, which you can't even see anymore. It's really nice and green. This will be cleaned up. I plan on building another steps down here. I think I'm going to level all this out, put crush and run and a smaller gravel, and I don't know what I'm going to do down there. Maybe that's where I'll put the grill, or who knows, maybe we'll have some hammocks over there. That's another project. But the view outside of our door is great. It's nice and green out. Talk about the view up, huh? It's great. Come up here and just chill. So we got a nice deck now. We can just hang out. You know, just a hangout spot. It expands the living space of your home. So we're tired of being indoors. We'll just come out and enjoy our deck. So anyway, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Oh, I almost fell over a brick. That wasn't very good. Just wanted to show you where I'm at with the progress of our yurt and the decking out front.